Good morning, boys. I am Mr. Sanjay Nadgoda Urf Kulkarni, and I will be teaching you English for class 9th and 10th. And today we are going to learn a new poem of Robert Frost, that is The Road Not Taken. Let me clear you that Robert Frost is one of the American poet and a writer. He belongs to the farmer community, but because of his strong willpower and his enthusiasm, he could show his talent and ideas in the literature part, and so he's been called as one of the Nobel laureate and writer in English subject. Fine, we are going to start with the poem The Road Not Taken. Before to read the Road Not Taken poem, here we have some of the points. The Road Not Taken, written by Robert Frost. Poem reading, collateral, paragraph wise. We have annotated the comprehension. Some questions are also been mentioned below every paragraph that we are going to discuss. Then we also have vocabulary, analysis, verification and discussion. Some words are there which are very important to us to get familiar with them, to know about them. That is called as a vocabulary. Understanding of a word from a difficult to a simpler, from new words to make it to a simple one. Okay. Then we are also going for analysis of the poem, how it has been interpreted, how it has been mentioned, what it tells about the poem, why this topic has been taken as a poem, road not taken only. These all a number of questions come in the mind when we want to learn and we want to read and want to understand about the poem or a lesson. So here we are going to learn about the poem. And even also we are going to discuss the question and answers of every para, whatever they are being asked. Okay. So let's start with the poem, The Road Not Taken. The two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. Now there are how many roads? Two roads. Okay? They are diverged in yellow wood. Now the meaning of yellow wood is a forest. He's walking in the forest and he could see the roads full of yellow leaves, brown leaves, and it is saying about the season autumn. So it denotes about the autumn or it narrates about the winter season. And while walking through the forest, what he says, he has to choose one of the road. He cannot go from both the roads at a time. He has to choose one and he has to leave one for the next time. And be one traveler long I stood, and as I was being a traveler, I stood for a while to think which road I should choose. Which road I should opt or choose. And looked down one as far as I could. And lastly, I started to see for both the roads and which should I choose now, and started to think on it. To where it bent in the undergrowth, and somewhere one road has bent up, down, here, there in the bushes, undergrowth. Undergrowth means with full of bushes, small plants, cactus or thorny plants, or maybe some or the other plants. They are called as a bushes. Don't know where the road leads, but I have to choose the road to travel my journey. Then took the other just as fair and having perhaps the better claim. And lastly, what I thought is that to choose one of the road, either of them. Either of them is any one of the road from both of that he has to decide and choose. And having perhaps the better claim, and I thought for a better claim, it is my right, I should choose so and so road only. And he chooses the road which is less traveled by the people, full of yellow leaves and brown leaves, and he want to look for the risky part. He want to take a risk in life. He want to lead, he want to excel, and he want to make the world to follow him, not to follow the people who have already chosen the road. Let's see. Though, as for that, the passing there hard won them really about the same, and it was a grassy road. Okay, it was a hard to find the way also in the future, full of bushes also. But still, my mind said, let me choose the traveling road which is less traveled by the people, which is full of bushes, leaves, thorny plants, etc. And he took that road to travel by. Let's see in the next stanza what happens. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. And in the morning he could see both are equally laying, having equal importance. Okay, we don't know the other road also where it goes and what is the next upcoming there. Where it excels, what is going to be in the future. Okay, but still he says both were equally laid. Okay, and in leaves no step had trodden black, and in the leaves you can see it is very difficult to find the road also where it goes and to what extent it is going and what will be in the future there while walking. Oh, I kept the first for another day, and so I made the first road which I saw, I kept for another day. Let me travel some other day. But now, yet knowing how way leads on to way, still not knowing how the way is going to lead me, where it is going to take me. I don't know what is the future there. Whether there is a river, whether there is animals, wild animals, beasts, am I going to go in the middle of the jungle? Nothing is known by the poet, but still he wants to take the way and lead. I doubted if I should ever come back. In my mind, there was still not a hesitation whether I will come back, whether I will return back. Am I going to be in a danger part, a danger zone? All those things were been coming in the mind, but still the poet says, I have to walk and I have to choose the road. I shall be telling this with a sigh and with a great relief. I am telling after taking a breath. I am telling, what is that? I tell that somewhere ages and ages hence, ages and ages, time of passage, the passage of time has been gone, long time, long ago. Two roads diverged in a wood, and these two roads were been found diverged in a wood. And I took the one less travelled by. And lastly, what I decided? I decided to choose the road which is less travelled by the people, and to take it as a challenge and face it, determine it, and set the goal for the future. Not only for his future, but for the society, so that they can also take the road and lead their life. And that has made all the difference. And this decision made all the difference. He could choose that road which is less travelled by, and he made his destiny, and he could attain his goal, making the people to take a risk in life. Do not hesitate to take any risk in the life. This is what he wants to say the poem. It is not actual road. It is the life which you are going to set, which you are going to aim without hesitation, without shivering and without fear. Confidence and setting of a goal and a target in the life is very essential for every individual and has to lead and make a name and fame. If you want to make an identity in the society, risk is very essential. Without risk, you are not going to achieve anything. So you have to reach for the top means you have to take the endeavors, the efforts, the plans, the process which you are going to put up, which you are going to implement. That's how it tells about the road not taken. So all this is about the road not taken. Okay, so let us know about the question and answers now of the every para, what is it like annotating with comprehensions. So let's know, where did the two roads diverge? And the answer is, the two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Okay, now what is the meaning of diverge? Branch off. Two roads are being shown, they are called as a branched off. Why did the poet feel sorry? The poet felt sorry that he could not travel on both the roads. He could not travel on both the roads. Is it possible for one person to travel two roads? Not possible. One at a time. You cannot do two works at a time. One work. If you do two works, definitely there is going to be panic. You are going to panic, or either the work is going to get in a complications. Why did the poet stand along? The poet stood long trying to see one of the roads as far as he could see it. He wanted to see the which road, where it goes and how it is bent, how it is undergrowth with the covering of bushes. Undergrowth means lot many bushes. What is going to be in the future? So he was thinking and deciding which road he has to take. Give the meaning of diverged, and the answer is branched off. BRANCHED OFF. Question next. What do the words the others refer to? Others refer to in the paragraph number 2. The word the others refer to one of the two roads which the poet found in the forest. So two different roads are there. So the word other is being used here, which has been found by the poet in the forest. The others was the road which he finally took, and the other road was the finally which he chose to take, and that was less travelled by the people. Okay. Question next. Why did the poet choose it? Answer. The poet chose it because it seemed to be better. So it was better grassy, browny, yellow leaves, okay, less travelled by the people. It seemed more grassy and less worn. So it was very grassy and also less worn by the people. Worn means used by the people. How had they been worn? Answer. These roads had been worn by the feet of the people who walked over them. So these were the roads used by the people who walked on that road, and it was less walked by the people. Okay? Give the antonym of fair, F-A-I-R. Fair, it is unfair. Answer is unfair. U-N-F-A-I-R. Question next. Who are the both? B-O-T-H. Answer. Both refers to the two roads which the poet had found in a forest. Both means the two roads found in the forest by the poet. Why did he keep the first for another day? Answer. He could travel only on one of the two roads. He liked both of the roads, but he decided to travel on the second and keep the first for another day. So he liked one road, and so he had to choose it, and he had a right to choose and make a decision. And the other one which was there, he kept for some other day. It means he don't want to take now, he may take later in his life or in the later stage. Question next. Give the meaning of trodden, T-R-O-D-D-E-N, and the answer is, trodden means walking with heavy steps. Walking with heavy steps. Why heavy steps? Because he was thinking. Some things were going in his mind, and heavy steps means as he started to take, there were full of leaves, grassy and all, so it was making him bit heavy while walking on the road. Question next. Which road did the poet choose? The poet took the second road which he had been less travelled by. So he saw one road was travelled more by the people and the other one was less travelled by the people, so he decided to take a less travelled by. The meaning with a sigh, with the sorrows, with a great relief, he could decide lastly what he had to choose from the two roads. That decision was very important. What made all the differences in poet's life? And the answer is, the poet wanted to take the first road first and later the second. So he thought first road only first time to take, which was less travelled by, and the other road second time. Okay? But he couldn't do so. This made all the difference in his life, and that he did not do. He chosen the road which was less travelled by the people. So that made a great difference and a decision made by the poet. What does the choice made by the poet indicate about his personality in the poem? How we can come to know the personality of the poem, of the poet through this poem? Let's see. This choice shows that the poet is very wise. So with the poet's choice we come to know he is a very wise, sharp and clever and rational and careful of choices in life. And in the life he makes a very careful choices. It is a different matter if he is or is not successful. So it is a very different matter or secondary matter whether he is successful or not by his decisions. Find a word in the extract that means external in a different direction. External. Answer is diverged. D-I-V-E-R-G-E-D. Diverged. Okay. Ages and ages hence. What do you mean by ages and ages? After a very long period. Less travelled means less used. The meaning says less used. We can also see trodden black, stepped onto crush, lay in leaves, covered with leaves, the road was covered with leaves. Okay. Undergrowth is the meaning bushes. There are a number of bushes and plants which are found next to the road while travelling, but don't know what is going to be there in the next stage while walking. But still he had to make his mind to travel the road which is less travelled by the people. This is all about the poem. So we have come to know how to make a decision in life. Okay. So making choices can make or mar your future. What do you learn from this statement? Discuss with reference to the poem The Road Not Taken. Long question. Making choice is an integral part of human action. So it is integrated with us, with mind and brain. We decide what the decision to be done. Sometimes we fail in taking decision. Sometimes we make a wise decision also. It all depends upon our thinking and the situation base. We see that man has to exercise choice one time or the other. So you have a choice, you have to decide one time only and opt a right decision. Making choice is the basis of making or marking life. Okay? So you are making a choice in the basis of making or marking life. So you are also marking your life. You are making your name and fame also. No one wants to make a choice for bad actions. So nobody thinks of bad things or bad actions to make a choice. Always we think of a good actions and good choice. All want to improve their lives by choosing right things. Everyone want to improve their life by choosing the right things only, not by wrong things. But we must remember that making a wrong choice makes all the difference. So if we decide and choose wrong decisions, our life also marks with the wrong things and wrong beginnings and with wrong fame. And we become a failure. But if the choice is wrong, it mars life. So definitely it is going to mars your life. Down you, throw down you. Okay. The statement is simple, but it is full of seriousness. So this statement is very simple, but it is very serious. Up to what extent we are going to take it seriously, it again depends on every individual. In the poem, the road not taken, the poet makes a choice, though he wanted to choose differently. So he wanted to choose it differently, but he has to go for a decision making. So decision making is very important over here. And this has made all the difference. So this all has made a great difference in his life. One must make a right choice, though one can't say whether it is right or wrong. So always try to make a right choice. We don't know whether we are making a right choice or a wrong. It may happen unfortunately also, and fortunately and with our great intellectual, it may also happen in a broad future and broad prospects also. No one can know about the future. So this is how very important. No one can know about the future, what is going to lead next, what is going to be the next stage. But still, we cannot keep hand on hand and sit in the home thinking about what next. We have to put our what you can say. We have to put our ideas. We have to implement them and try to get certain things in our life. This is all about Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. I hope all of you have understood about the comprehension of the passage of every para. There are 5 paras. You might have understood about the question answers, the vocabulary, and hope so you will feel satisfactory and happy of this poem, Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Okay, so please you have to read one's poem, go for the vocabulary, try to make a new sentences with knowing the meanings, also get familiar with the words. Okay, also go for a long question, short questions, and as well as MCQs or maybe 1 mark objective type questions. Hots and lots are very important. High order thinking, low order thinking. This is all about your text of Road Not Taken. Remember, the road is a metaphor here, a figure of speech, because everything is based on the road, the whole poem. And on the basis of road, we have come to know how to take a decision or make a decision in life. So it is compared here as a metaphor. Okay, as seen as life, decision making, and the road. Both are being found here very important in the Road Not Taken. Thank you. So we'll log into the next class for tomorrow. Bye bye.